Hey guys, CreamCrazy here. Welcome to, well, the video. The return video. The one which I have been looking forward to ever since I left on holiday. This is the triple whammy. Why is it called the triple whammy, you may ask? Well, it's because it has three things. I mean, if you look at the title, you'll see my point. 1, we have Summerslam predictions. 2, we have WWE 13 roster reveal reaction. And 3rd, but not by least, finally, we get an AW firing reaction from yours truly right here. Now let's get on with the Summerslam predictions so far, because I have to say one thing about this card. On paper, it looks decent. Even better, they've announced multiple matches before the show. You, WWE Creative, you're doing something right. Fan-bloody-tastic. Anyway, let's get on with this then, shall we? The first off, this one has not been officially confirmed, but it is highly likely to appear due to Brodus Clay doing a tout video about a match at SummerSlam. Makes sense. Brodus Clay versus Damien Sandow. Now, for the first time since his debut, everybody, the Funkasaurus, well, since he became the Funkasaurus, I should say, Brodus Clay has had a match on pay-per-view, in this case, which isn't a squash. And, to be honest, he's the underdog. Now, that hasn't happened yet, has it? Damien Sandow has done what only Big Show has done and put the guy in his place. And since Clay's undefeated streak has gone, unfortunately for Clay, he's been on a downward spiral, and to be honest, I can see that continuing with a guy like Sandow, who is white hot and getting a lot of boos from the crowd, so he can get on to do better things. Because honestly, what will Clay winning achieve? Nothing. So, I'd give it to Sandow, easy. Next, we have Kofi Kingston and R-Truth defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against the primetime players Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. Now, as the debacle of AW's firing continues to overshadow the challenges and WWE in general for some people, it's time to see if Young and O'Neil can actually fend for themselves. And to be honest, I will say this out here, guys, because it's true. This is a title match which has come 2 pay-per-views too late. Because they should have jumped on this while they could. They should have jumped on the train and said, okay, they realise people give a shit about AW and these guys, give them the championship. Do you know why it's too late? Because they won 3 #1 contenders matches to get to this point. Yeah. 3 #1 contendership matches. They even won #1 contendership matches while they were still #1 contenders. That's bull, isn't it? That is complete, utter crap. And it doesn't make sense. Young and O'Neil are a great tag team in regards to in-ring work, their contrast in styles between both of them, and their good tag moves. But it'll be interesting to see if they can garner a good reaction and generate the charisma that AW gave them so brilliantly. And I hope that AW's actions does not mean that the champions retain. Because that'd be really disappointing. If AW's... AW getting fired is enough to damage these guys. Having those actions roll off on them and have them lose, that's just poor. I want to see what these 2 guys are like with the belts. I want to see if those copper pennies are worth it on their shoulders. If they are worth millions of dollars. Because these guys, because of AW, are the most are technically now the most recognizable team since Kofi and Bourne said they would redo and reshape the tag team division about a year ago. Think about it. People have not given a shit about a tag team in quite some time. So I would think WWE would do the good thing and give the title belts to a different team for the first time in a while. Then, we have The Miz taking on Rey Mysterio for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, here's a match that makes me angry. 3 reasons why. 1, Rey Mysterio is going after a championship that he doesn't need. 2, The Miz has not looked the strongest champion and is all more likely to get beaten by Mysterio. Oh yeah, He's going to get beaten in his first title defense on pay-per-view. Even worse. And finally, third, Mysterio will hamper Miz's resurgence, which is very, very bad. And as this match has come about unexpectedly, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to give it to the champion just because it means it gives him legitimacy. And it will be a good match, I believe. I just want WWE to do the sensible thing and put Miz over. Simple. Mysterio's got pride. Put it in your mouth and basically give this guy the chance. Come on. And then we get to a match which could be good, it could not be good. Daniel Bryan taking on Kane. Now this is the final culmination of the Bryan versus Kane rivalry. It may have come round unexpectedly due to AJ randomly making it happen again, but knowing the history that these guys have had, it has to be done. I mean, Bryan got finished with Punk with AJ when she was involved with AJ, and because Kane got involved with AJ, I believe Bryan has to just finish him off to get everything on a clean slate again. The one thing I will say, though, folks, there's a question about Charlie Sheen, and the speculation of his involvement makes it very ambiguous, because he might be there. He might be there via Skype again. He might not even appear at all. And it's really confusing for me. Because one way, they could have Bryan win, a guy whose push and crowd reaction mean he's going to get put as a face of the modern day company. Big thing. And then it means he'll win. But we could, even after him winning and taunting it in Charlie Sheen's face, Sheen comes out and punches the crap out of him. Because Charlie Sheen on drugs is probably going to be the most ridiculously and unbeatable thing in the world. And that'll be pretty awesome. Oh, God. What was I going to say? This is the first time I've ever lost track in a predictions vid. Nuts. And then Kane. Or Kane will have to whoop his ass. Kane will whoop his ass. Either way. And then Sheen will just pick up the pieces. Now, which one would you rather see? Daniel Bryan winning and then getting kicked out by Sheen? Or would you rather see Kane whoop his ass and then Sheen just kicks him a few times? Huh? Which one would you rather see? I would rather see Daniel Bryan win, personally. However, it is not the way I think WWE will go with this. I think Kane's going to win it. Simple as. Even though Daniel Bryan has to win, and in all fairness should, it's not gonna happen. I think Kane will whip him, and then Charlie Sheen will just taunt him for a while. The best thing they can do is set up a Bryan Sheen thing to continue again at WrestleMania. That's the one thing they can at least do once. If they can do it here, that'll be fantastic. But I believe Kane will win. It'll be a close match. End of story. Oh, God, I'm really feeling a bit under the weather in a minute, guys. Dolph Ziggler takes on Chris Jericho. Now, we finally get to the match that will make Ziggler a main event player. In my opinion, should have happened at WrestleMania against Mick Foley, but I will take this because it's still good. These guys will probably put a really good match on, and I'm really looking forward to see how these two go in the ring, because they're good in-ring stars that will gel well together, so it could steal the show. It's an easy match to really predict, because honestly, Jericho's now a veteran who understands his position, helping the next generation get over, unlike some people in the company, and basically, helping Ziggler reach the peak of his career would be fantastic. It would mean Ziggler is there, and we know that Jericho can prove his worth in gold by making this happen. People will literally go to Jericho and bow down at his feet. They will bow at his feet until the cows come home. They will say, "Well done, Jericho. You put over a guy when you needed to. Well done." So yeah, I'd say Ziggler for the win. Easy. It's never going to be that easy to pick a prediction, but I'm doing it right there. Next, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. Now, I have to say one thing. This match was taken off the card and reinstated in the space of a week, so thank God I put these up already. The fact is, I'm not really entirely happy to see this again. Okay, a lot of people said this was a great match. The problem is, even though it was psychology-filled back at Money in the Bank, and it had some decent in-ring content, it bored me. And to be honest, that shouldn't. I mean, honestly, this is why I'm not happy to see it again. Because unless something massive happens, this isn't going to be a very fun match for me. Unless they make it different. I hope the match is better. But again, the prediction is easy as hell to make, because Sheamus is going to win. I've predicted it every single time since he won the Rumble, what he's going to do. He's going to win. Unless it's a heel Ryback, I don't think anyone's going to beat Sheamus for the title now. Because, honestly, he's a steamroller. Bulldozing his way through, well, flattening his way through the competition, I should actually say. Because not even a Money in the Bank wielding Ziggler at this moment in time can beat Sheamus. Even though it's rumoured to happen, it ain't gonna happen. Just saying, I'd rather have Ziggler hold on to it for a long time. Say cash in at WrestleMania, or cash in at the... Now that's an idea. Rock, Cena, Punk, any one of the three. Say Rock wins his major championship, one of the two screws him, Ziggler wins the title, goes off to WrestleMania. Big thing there. I'd rather see that happen than Ziggler cash in tonight. Not tonight, but Sunday night, you know what I mean? It's bound to happen either way. Next, we get to the WWE Championship triple threat match between CM Punk, John Cena, and The Big Show. Now, if it weren't for a handy little picture given to me on Facebook, I would not have been reminded that CM Punk has faced both these men at the last two SummerSlams. Big Show in 2010, Cena in 2011, and both in 2012. Now, I have no idea if this is resourceful booking or resourceful recycling, I should say, or lazy booking. I have no idea. Either way, it's a bit strange, because I've never seen it happen. It's a bit weird. Nonetheless, on the back of Punk's most recent heel turn, he's got to win this, in my opinion. Well, heel turn wasn't really a big one. Honestly, he should win. And it's quite simple why. If Punk has the longest reign in the last couple of years, by holding it to the Rumble, he gains legitimacy. So does the belt. Which means, if he wins or loses at the Rumble, it makes it much more massive. Really? It makes you pay attention to this. Cena being in the title picture for the first time in a while, and hopefully this match will be out of the main event slot. That'll be a very nice thing to watch. And I hope it stays like that until the Rumble, you know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, I just hope that Cena stays out of this main event picture. If this match closes the show, I will be pissed, to say the least, because that is the automatic definition that Cena will win. Big Show has no chance in winning, but I want to see how he affects the match. Will he slow down the pace? I always have to keep an eye on this stuff, I might as well. Punk will win, just because it makes sure he's a threat and a main event player, because if he doesn't win his main event slot, we could basically kiss it goodbye, because WWE will show they don't care, because he hasn't been in a main event match at all. And if he gets it and loses to Cena here, that'll be pointless. Just saying. God, I really am coming down with something. And finally, we get to what I hope will be the main event. And that is Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman in his corner. Now, in this, one of the most highly anticipated of matches, in the most highly hyped of matches as well, it would seem very hard to pick a winner out of Triple H and Brock Lesnar. This is mostly based on the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that at one point in their careers together, they were indestructible. Between 2002, 2003, the faces of Raw and SmackDown. And to see them go on one-on-one, a match I wanted to see happen sooner, but I'm happy to see it happen nonetheless. In all fairness, it seems difficult, because you've got Triple H in one corner. The megalomaniac, the guy who never loses to another main eventer, against a guy like Brock Lesnar, who could actually beat the shit out of you in real life, and you would almost end up dead at the same time. Think about it. There's a guy, Lesnar, who obviously went over against Cena, but he's obviously notoriously a guy who would not go over anybody. I don't think he'd even go over Triple H. It would be difficult, wouldn't it, to predict it? But I've got an answer. Really? I do have an answer. Because Lesnar lost to Cena, he has to win this. It's obvious he has to win this. WWE Creative will probably give it to Triple H because he'll have to stand the moral high ground, the monster and the manager that have ripped him apart for the last couple of months. He'll get revenge on them. Whip-de-doo, happy ending. You know what? That isn't how it's meant to be, folks. Because if Lesnar loses, his momentum, his aura, his mystique as a wrestler since his return is gone. It is 100% gone if he does it. If he jobs to Triple H, then he will be fucked. Honestly, we all don't want that, because I will say one thing, Triple H gains nothing from this match. Lesnar has a lot to gain if he wins. If he loses, he is done. Honestly. Lesnar for the win, then. It's, to me, obvious, but I can sense, I have got it in the back of my head, that Triple H will win this because WWE Creative are douchebags, and they're making sure that they have the minds of the casual fan first, rather than having a story make sense and giving it to the heel. Because they never do that, do they? Honestly. Give it to Lesnar, I'll be happy. Now, on to the second part of the video. Oh, no, actually, no, not on the second part of the video just yet, because I'm going to introduce you something new. A predicted card for the event. The running order of the show. Now, I'm going to have Miz Mysterio first, followed up by the tag team match, followed by Bryan vs. Kane, followed by Sheamus Del Rio, followed by Ziggler Jericho, followed by Punk Show Cena, followed by the Clay Sandow match as a bridge between the two main events, and finally Triple H Lesnar. That's my predicted running order of the card, folks. Let's see what you think. You got your own way the running order could go? Any prediction? Comment section. And now, after 17 minutes of dribbling on about SummerSlam, we get to the WWE 13 roster reveal. Now, because of getting back from watching Brave, talking with some of my dad's friends who live down the street, and watching Match of the Day, I have not been able to watch the damn thing. But, all importantly, I've managed to get the result of it. Now, we all thought there was going to be 38 WWE guys on the roster, right? There's 40, just to make you happy. Current WWE guys, I'm going to read the whole list. Alberto Del Rio, Big Show, Booker T, Brock Lesnar, Brodus Clay, Chris Jericho, Christian, Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, David Otunga, Dolph Ziggler, Edge, Epico, The Great Khali, Heath Slater, Hunico, Jack Swagger, JBL, JBL, Jinder Mahal, John Cena, and this is the interesting fact, you can have the modern Cena, or you can have the Doctor of Thugonomics. Word life, you can have the Thugonomics Cena. Oh, that's good. John Laurinaitis. Yeah, you get Mr. Excitement as a playable character, that's cool. Justin Gabriel, Kane, Kevin Nash, Mark Henry, I should say Kofi Kingston first. Kevin Nash, I'm going back forwards here, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, Primo, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, R-Truth, Santino Malala, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Teddy DiBiase, Miz, Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, Wade Barrett, and Zack Ryder. And that all seems pretty good to me, I'll say. I mean, the shock inclusion of Laurinaitis and the Thugonomics Cena. Wow, God. Attitude Era legends. Robo Animal, the Big Boss Man, the debut attire of the Big Show, better than when he was known as Paul White back then. It's also his real name, I think. Badass Billy Gunn, Bradshaw, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, Cactus Jack, the debut attire of Chris Jericho, the attitude attire of Christian, Dude Love, Eddie Guerrero, attitude attire of Edge, Farouk, Hawk, Robo Hawk. This is an interesting one. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H's first gimmick. That is interesting, isn't it? And I have an idea for a storyline for this based on a DLC character. I'll tell you that in a minute. The Attitude Era attire of Kane, Ken Shamrock, Mankind, the Nation of Domination attire for Mark Henry, Mr. McMahon, Road Dogg Jesse James. Oh yeah, Road Dogg. Oh fuck it. I was gonna do the D-O-double-G, but my head kind of went. Then again, it is 1:08 in the morning. My head is starting to go, and I haven't stayed up this late since I came back from my holiday. Jet lag. Where am I now? Shane O'Mac. So happy Shane O'Mac is here. I am so happy. I've got a massive storyline plan for that guy. DX attire, Shawn Michaels. Must point out that's the only Shawn Michaels. Must point that out. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Godfather, with the hose, people. Yeah, he's got the hose. The Rock, a DX attire Triple H. So yeah, there are 3 Triple H's in here. I've got 2 different ones for gimmicks. I'm okay with that. Attitude Era attire of The Undertaker, Vader, and X-Pac. Now, to be honest, most of this was confirmed in the leaked set list, obviously. I'm not too... Honestly, the shocker is seeing Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I had no idea I was going to see that. And that was the only real shocker from the Attitude Era guys. Divas, and this includes the Attitude Era ones. Alicia Fox, Beth Phoenix, Brie Bella, Eve Torres, Kelly. And now here's an interesting one that's getting a lot of people pissed off, because some people will say the 3 Triple H's are a waste. Do you know what I think is a waste? Having 2 Litas. What is the point? Okay, you've got modern day Lita and Attitude Era Lita. What's the difference? Theme music? Hair colour? There isn't a difference. That to me is a waste. Next, we of course have Karma, recently released, but still in the game nonetheless. Nikki Bella, 2 Attitude Era divas here. Stephanie McMahon. Yes, we've got Vince, we've got Shane, and we have Stephanie. We have most of the McMahons. Okay, we know why Linda wouldn't be in the game, because she would be the shittest character in the world. But listen, we've got 3 McMahons in the game for the first time, I believe, since Day of Reckon. Well, no, actually, no. WrestleMania 19. Back in 2003. Fucking hell. That's impressive for me. Or was Shane McMahon in there? I have no idea. He probably wasn't, for all I know. No, wait, no, Shane O'Mac wasn't in Here Comes the Pain, so, yeah, WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube. Fuck me. Well, if not, WrestleMania X8 on the GameCube then. And of course, the greatest diva of all time in terms of women's championship reigns, and, well, just ask WWE, they will say it. Trish Stratus. Everybody's going to get Stratusfaction. Now, again, 2 Litas, pissed off at that. Karma, shocking to see that even though after she's been released, because she was shown on the screen, unlike Chava Guerrero and Vladimir Kozlov last year, who just got told, oh, we've got extras on the website for you. And downloadable content. Now, we already knew Mike Tyson was in this. I already put my opinion out on him. The 2 DLC guys. Now, I love how Tyson's an Attitude Era guy. He's the main Attitude Era DLC for the first month or 2. They got a WWE guy as DLC, and they have a diva as DLC at the minute. Who is it? Who could they possibly give at this moment in time to make DLC? In fact, rounding off this current roster reveal, make it even more awesome. I'll tell you who they put in. Damien Sandow and AJ. AJ and Sandow. 2 of the best characters on WWE TV here. That's impressive. That makes it even better. In fact, Hunter Hearst Helmsley with Sandow. I want to use Sandow as a way of converting Triple H back to his old self. Turning Triple H back into the blue blood, using Sandow to do it. That is a feud that's going into my WWE 13 bit. Definitely. And there we go. That's the end of it, guys. That's the whole roster reveal. Done. Everyone. Okay. When I last looked at WWE's not Facebook, at that THQ roster page, there was one space empty, and I honestly couldn't know who it was for. Could be from a guy they haven't unveiled yet. Could be anything. Could be just a guy I've mentioned in this list but hasn't popped up. Could be anything. And now at the 25-minute mark, I'm going to talk about AEW. Now, to be honest, when this thing sprang up, I was a little bit shocked, thinking, wow, they fired him over a Kobe Bryant rape joke? I've got away with far less. The fact is, when you look at the wider picture, a guy in the company said it was a combination of things. It's not just the rape joke that got AEW fired, and a lot of it was due to him supporting Linda McMahon. Now, obviously, I heard in midweek from AEW himself, from his Twitter, that they were told in the WWE locker room that the guys are their own person. They can support whoever they want in terms of political figures. And AEW thought supporting Linda McMahon will get him some plaudits. I think, honestly, anyone would. But of course, he accuses them of being hypocrites for this. Because this is what WWE say. We don't want anyone vocally supporting Linda McMahon if they're signed to our company, because it'll be tracked back to us, and they'll all be linked, the media will be in a frenzy, and she will lose her Senate bid. That is one of the reasons he got fired, because that is something, to be honest, he wasn't told. And WWE has a lot of unwritten rules, people. That's bad. At the same time, though, I don't really think AEW should have done that. And honestly, he broke an unwritten rule. He mentioned a lot of things that shouldn't have been said. Technically, if you break the rules in a company, and you really do break the rules in a company, you deserve to be fired. The only problem I have is that the way it went about it is because obviously AEW was unscripted when he said the Kobe Bryant rape joke. And I understand Big Show said it and never got fired himself, which is making WWE seem like a hypocrite in that nature. But in all fairness though, knowing WWE's current situation with Linda McMahon, with the PG obviously hampering the content down because the rating means thus. It's not a bad thing, people. I'm just saying that's what it can do. It means content is tightly controlled. You shouldn't be taking risks. Okay, I'm the person who is saying more improvisation, much better intensity on the mic, much better, more well-rounded clarity for everyone to have difference between one another's characters. I'm fine with having that in the future. But the fact is, people, if it's not something you do, don't do it. If you are not allowed to do it, don't. Because if you break the rules, you get fired. That's how it is, AW. And I'm so pissed off at people saying, oh, they don't want to watch WWE anymore because AW got fired. The fact is, he got fired. Let's just move on with it, because I honestly have already. I miss the guy, and I've put him up for a few Wrestling Rant awards because what he did in the short space of time deserved it. The only problem is, I don't really care. Even though his rants on the mic at ringside made me laugh, I didn't really have enough of an attachment to the guy. Sure, he was different. He would have given this tag team, the Primetime Players, a great push. But unfortunately, that's just how the wheel turns sometimes. I have to accept that's how the industry works. One little mistake can get you fired. One little collateral combination of shit can get you fired. But that's just how it is, people. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. I said 2 things while I was away relating to this, and I shut my mouth because I didn't want a tide of hate. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to get a tide of hate because now people are realizing it's not a problem. It's not a problem. AEW got fired. It's not too bad. He broke the rules. He broke the rules. If you break them, you will have to be given the pink slip. And if some people just don't get it, then I don't know what planet you're on. Seriously. Seriously, because honestly, you broke the rules at your job, you be out of it. Seriously. Just putting it out there, people. Because it may seem hypocritical in nature. It may seem wildly stupid. It may seem a desperate ploy for WWE to protect face and image. But then again, technically, what AEW did, he brought it on himself. And to be honest, what he's doing on Twitter now, ranting and complaining and acting like a spoiled bitch who hasn't been fed his bottle. Listen, kid, you're a talented guy. Honestly, when you first stepped into WWE as Abraham Washington, the talk show host, I was not impressed. You turned yourself around, made yourself interesting. People gave a shit. You have to understand, though, it was your fault you got fired. Don't act like it wasn't your fault. Sure, you weren't told one minuscule fact, but you should have caught on to the vibe that if other guys weren't doing it, why the fuck would you have done it? Okay? Why would you have supported Linda if no one else had done it? Would Triple H and Undertaker said, look, don't support Linda? If they had said it, you wouldn't have done it, and you would have stayed with a job, hey? I'm just saying, it seems just ridiculous how you're thinking you can blame Linda, you can blame Vince, you can blame the whole company, when all you need to do is look in the mirror, AEW, and you have it all right there. Your face is what you need to understand. That face is what caused you to be unemployed. And if I'm going to get a lot of hatred for that, so be it. It's my opinion. Don't worry about it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, at 32 minutes, is the end of the Triple Whammy. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and if you have, you know what you can do. Put your opinions on SummerSlam, the roster reveal, and AW down there in the comments section. On the AW bit, don't care if it's hateful, because I will respond and back up my point. You can click the like button down there, because if you like it, you like it. And also, click the subscribe button up there, people. I appreciate your support. I'm getting close to 200. Come on! Gotta make sure I get there. Also, keep asking me Q&A questions, guys. 1 week left till the August Q&A. And there are some, like I said before, my last bit, good questions here. Looking forward to answering them. Also, guys, down there you can like my Facebook page, add me on Skype, because, guys, there will be another massive, epic, humongously awesome Skype chat when the pay-per-view is going on. So when you are watching SummerSlam, or before it even, you want to talk with some great people like Ray Lott, Mike Orman, Rico 3. You want to talk to those epic people, then they tell you they are epic people. And you also want to talk with me in the process as it goes, along with anyone else who decides to add themselves to this Skype conversation. Then all you need to do is add me, and I will put you in the damn thing. And remember, it starts at midnight. Yeah? It starts at midnight GMT. So set your watches and find out when that is, 'cause it's going to be damn important. Also, like my blog down there. Blogspot. I got a blogger. Yes! I post things on there that I don't post for videos. Opinion pieces, mostly. And also, guys, I will point this out. Once I go to university, I got my grades, BCC, I'm off to uni. The fact is, I'm going to be doing a lot of blog posts because I won't be able to do the YouTube stuff in my uni flats. So, like that blog, save it as a bookmark because that's going to be the only way you're going to get hold of me for the best part of 2.5 months between September and December. Okay? Might as well tell you that now, so at least you have an idea of what's going to happen in the future. Right, my next video will be the Summerslam review, and I'm watching this on stream, so if I miss out bits, don't kill me. Also, after that, of course, like I said, we've got the August Q&A, and then we've got the Wrestling Rant week following that. Big stuff going on here. Should be awesome. Guys, I've been Cream Crazy, you've been people watching, this has been my triple whammy video, and I will see you guys Monday morning. Well, Monday morning GMT in this country. I think I may have to continually stress that nowadays. I'm back here on YouTube at least until the middle of September, at least, which is a fantastic thing. So, more great videos to come. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do making them. See you guys.